guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time here. My name is Kira Kang, founder of Modern Pianista. On this channel, we discuss all things regarding artistry, entrepreneurship, and of course, music education. Let's talk chords. Whether you're new to the piano, or a singer-songwriter looking to accompany themselves, or a music producer looking to create more interesting beats, you want to start with your chord vocabulary. Let's start from the very beginning with the basics, where you learn how to play triads on both hands in the key of C. It's important to start from the beginning. I know you probably want to get going and do the most complicated and interesting things, but I promise you, if you just take a few minutes to learn the basics, you'll understand that everything is a building block process. So if you learn your triads in the key of C, you'll be able to go further and faster and understand things on a deeper level. We're going to get started in the key of C, which is all of your white keys. A chord is made up of 3 or more notes, and you can play them at the same time, or you can play them one at a time. When you play them at the same time, they're called block chords. When you play them one at a time, it's called an arpeggio. This is my signature exercise, chord hopscotch. We're going to do block chords up and down the piano in the key of C. This is really helpful just to have a good understanding of what chords are, how they feel in your fingers, and it helps you get moving on the piano, which is what you need. You need to strengthen your fingers. You're going to use fingers 1, 3, and 5 on your right hand, and finger 5, 3, 1 on your left hand. Let's start off with just one hand at a time. So your right hand will be 1, 3, 5. 1, 3, 5 on the notes C, E, G. And as you ascend the piano, each finger shifts over one white key. Like I said, think of it as chord hopscotch. Let's go over what these chords are called. This is your C chord. This is your D minor, E minor, F, G, A minor, B diminished, and C. Let's try coming down the piano as well. Try to get even weight on all 3 fingers. Now let's try your left hand. Your left hand is going to be fingers 5, 3, 1. We have, again, your C chord, your D minor, E minor, F, G, A minor, B diminished, and C. Climbing the piano. Think of it like hopscotch, like when you were a kid on the playground, only with your fingers. Descending, again, like I said, even weight on all 3 fingers. Okay, let's put the hands together. So as this gets easier, you can implement rhythms. I like to give my students a quarter, quarter, half rhythm. Quarter, quarter, half. Quarter, quarter, half. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Having a rhythm helps your fingers acclimate to the piano, getting them stronger over time. Speed it up if you can. So first you want to practice in order, going up and down the piano. And over time you learn that songs are made up of these chords. So you're going to have to rearrange them based on what song you're trying to learn. Say for example, a lot of songs are based off of simple chord progressions like C to G to A minor to F. So you're not going to play it this way. I just want you to get used to feeling chords in your fingers on both hands. Most likely you'll have a voicing, you'll have a different bass accompaniment in your left hand. But for now, while you're getting started, it's really helpful to do things on both hands. So let me know how that works out in the comments below, and stay tuned for the next one. Once triads become easy for you on both hands, we're going to work towards seventh chords. Seventh chords is simply adding one more note in each hand. So when you do that, it creates a more soulful sound. And I love my soulful sounds. I'm definitely an R&B girl. So just like how I always say that key signatures are like colors, you can't quantify how many shades of blue exist in the world. Similarly to that, there are so many ways to voice a chord. So to be honest, you'll be working on your chord vocabulary for the rest of the time that you'll be playing piano. I don't want you to think of this as a bad thing. This is actually a great thing. We need to stop thinking of the learning process as something daunting, as like a destination that we have to get there and check it off a list. That's what's missing with music education, is that we lost the magic and the exploration and the creativity throughout the learning process. And that's what I'm trying to bring back. If you understand that you can't quantify the shades of blue that exist in the world, and you understand that that's how it is when you create chords, it's so much more exciting to learn and be present for your process.